Hello. Ha. Good morning or good evening. It just depends on where you are. Um, I'm in Seaside, Oregon. Let's see. It's raining today. It's not super cold, but it's not warm. Perfect day to stream. So, hi. Uh, I'm Mammy Mushrooms. This is a instructional hour, maybe a little bit more than an hour today. We're going to finish up our Faberge egg behind us in the spring summer theme, and then we get a free hand, so I'm excited about that. I am safe today. What am I doing today? I'm situating a fierce environment. Oh, yes, I'm also silly and feeling excellent. I'm always silly and feeling excellent. So, hey, good morning, good morning. We slept the night away. Good morning to you. I should have sung good evening, huh? All right, so look at that egg. You can see the deficiencies. Shh. We're flying now, soaring. It's only deficient in light, or only not deficient in light, because it has the lighted grids. But you can see that once a grid goes, it'll be really dark. So, gloop, gloop. It's not where I meant to land. All right, well, I left the day and night cycle on so that we can begin to look at our piece in both situations, because you know how that goes. You got to see all hours of the day. Okay, so Z could not be here. She probably will not be able to be here for the rest of the season. But we know she's super busy, and we wish her well and miss her and hope that she comes soon. She's not gone, but she's just busy. Okay, so here's my colors. 1, 2. This is an 18 color PixelArt, so I have 18 colors here in my belt, 1 through 9, 10 through 18. That's what makes this intermediate. Here's my colors: diamond, block of emerald. Number 3 is lime wool. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So now I can look at my upper belt and know that I have the purple, and the 3 woods. Purple, and the 3 woods. Yes, ending in black. Yes, ending in black. Number 18. Okay, so now that I have my 18 colors, I'm going to call them out, and basically we're going to do pixel art or paint by number, I guess. And if you want to learn how to do this or know how to do this, I do this for free so that you can just follow and create in your own world. But there's a caveat. You have to go watch my videos in order to, get the pattern. So, all right, we've done, if this is the center grid, we've done R1, R2, and R3. And so if this is the center grid, here's L1, and now we're going to work on L2, meaning my left. I'm going to change it to day. Ba-ba! and we'll get busy. And so if you're unfamiliar with what we're doing here, you are going to have to go back and watch maybe some of the beginners. But it's not hard. Basically, if I say 1, this is number 1. If I say 5, this is number 5. If I say 18, well, this is number 18 over here, and you obviously have to bring it down in this belt somehow. So we have a transitory, and our transitory is number 1. So it would go up, and 18 would come down. And then when we're done throwing the number 18, we would put it back in its little spot and bring the 1 back down to proper. So that's how it works. Okay? So let's get busy and call some freaking numbers and finish this beautiful egg today. The first 2 rows are so easy. They're all 1. And so the way that it works is we work within grids, 10 numbers, 10 colors at a time, or 10 squares at a time. And so there's always 10 in between each grid. And that way, if you make a mistake, you only have to work inside of 1 grid to figure out your mistake. And then you can use the other correct grids as guides as well. It's easy peasy, really. And that being said, these first 2 rows are all 1s. So the 1 is really a background color. You can or cannot use it. It's your choice. I'm going to get rid of most of my 1 by the time I'm done freehanding. Okay, the next row we're going to start out flipping colors already. So the next row starts out with 2 1s. So this is what I mean. There's a 1 and a 1, so we have 2 of them. And now the next thing we need are 3 number 12s. So I'm going to throw up. I'm going to open up. Put up my 1, and I'm going to bring down a 12. So if this is 10, this is 11, this is 12. And that's how it works. Bring it down like that, and we need to throw it 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Easy peasy, right? Now we need 2 15s. So I'm going to put this back. If that's 12, 13, 14, then this is a 15. So now we're going to throw 2 15s. This color is going to change to gold, I think, when I'm done. And now put the 15 back and do what I say is called put your belt to proper, which means it's 1 through 9 and 10 through 18 at proper. Because we need 3 1s to finish that line, and that's a line. And that's what we do. We just go line by line. It's really quite simple and fun. Your kids can do it. So if you're looking for, a good hour and a half of distraction for your kids, set them up in Minecraft and have them do some pixel art. Okay, so the next line, this is line number 4 now, is a 1. And now we need those 12s again. So up goes that, down comes the 12, and throw that 12 2 times, just like that. And in order to not always be gathering 12s back and forth, 13s, 14s, 15s, and having to change our belt out, we throw ahead sometimes. And by that I mean there's a 12 there and then there's a 12 there, but I'm not going to do that yet. I'm just going to get warm up with a couple of just straight on rows. So we'll be switching out quite a bit. So after these 2 12s, we need 2 13s. So we're going to bring a 13 down. Throw it twice. And do skip that one and throw that 13 there, just so we don't have to get it back before the end of this row. And then put it back in now. Ooh, hey, we need a 17. So a 17 is this bone block, and for me it's directional, so I have to throw it down. If I threw sideways, then you would see the bone, and I don't want that. So I'm throwing down because I want this color to face. That's a 17, and this is a 13 that we threw, and I'll repeat this whole row. And now we need a 15. So we're going to put that 17 back, bring that 15 down, throw it only one time, and then put your belt proper. And throw 2 ones, and that's the end of row 4. And so I'll repeat row 4. It goes 1, 12, 12, 13, 13, 17, 13, 15, 1, and 1. Okay? Okay, the next row starts out with a 1, and then a 12, and a 13, and then a 1 again. So let's put the 1 here, and put the 2 blanks for the 12 and 13, and put the 1 there, just so we don't have to bring that 1 back down. Now we'll get the 12. And there's a 12 here, and there's a 12 on the other side of that 1. So you might as well throw it. And now let's do the 13s. There's a 13 here, and a 13 above that bone block on the other side of that 12. And then skip 1 and throw a 13 there as well. Okay? And now we need 17, which is that bone block. Throw it 1 time right there. That's it. And then 2 15s will finish out this row. Like so. And then put your belt proper. So part of what makes this intermediate and advanced is all the organizing and switching out of the colors. So if you have just 9 colors in your pixel art, it's much easier because you only have to go this way or this way. But when you have more than 9 colors, you're going to have to open up your bigger belt and bring those other colors down. And so that's what makes it intermediate, is it's just a bit of organizing. Okay, that was row number 5. Moving on. The next row starts out with 5 ones. Oh, half of it is ones. Nice. And then it goes 12, 17, 17, 13, and 12. So I'm going to start with my 12. There's a 12 here, and then there's a 12 at the grid. And now I need my 17s. There's 2 17s in this row, 1 here and 1 there. And there's more up here, but we're not going to skip ahead yet. That's more for the advanced. I only skip ahead a little bit in intermediate. Okay, and now we need a 13. And 1 13 goes right there. So I'll repeat this row, 5 ones, 12, 17, 17, 13, and 12. Okay? So I specifically oriented this for the sun to be setting on either the front side or the back side. Sorry, that was my phone ringing. I apologize. Just so I can see the colors, because you know how the sunset is super orangey and beautiful at night. I just love that. So that's looking cool. That's our stand. Okay, so moving on. We are on row number 7, if you're wondering. And row number 7 starts with 5 ones as well. So I have to put my belt proper. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now I need a 12. And we're going to throw it just 1 time in this row, just like that. And now we need a 13. and we're going to throw it here, and then there's also one at the grid. And now we need two 17s to fill in that space. And I'll repeat this line just so that we don't get confused. So row number 7 starts out with 5 ones, and then it goes 12, 13, 17, 17, and 13, just like that. Okay. Now, since we have the 17 in our belt, let's go ahead and put it in this row already. And there's two 17s at the end, and then there's also a 17 right there at the next row. So complete it just like that, and then go ahead and put your belt proper. So now we're actually starting the second part of the intermediate process, which is throwing ahead, a little bit ahead every once in a while. Okay, the next row starts out with 6 ones. And then we need a 12, a 13, and then the two 17s that we already put in. So a 12, bam, just like so. And no, we won't skip ahead anymore. Just for now. And then a 13, and then the two 17s. So 6 ones, 12, 13, and 17, 17 is that row. Okay, that next row starts out with 6 ones as well. So since we have the 13 in our belt right now, it happens to go right next to that 17. And then there's also 1 on top of that as well. So you might as well throw it while we have it before you put your belt proper. So this is how you can get moving relatively quick once you can keep all this organized and, in the same space in your head without confusing it. Okay? Row number 9, I just wanted to make sure, and we are on row number 9. So if you're, following, make sure that we're starting row number 9 for you as well. Starts out with 6 ones. Yeah, buddy. 2 12s, and then a 13 and a 17. Well, we've already put in the 13 and the 17. So we just got to put in the 2 12s. Woohoo! See? That's why going ahead, throwing ahead when you have those upper belts in your, transitory is helpful. So for instance, right now we have the 12 in our transitory. Let me go to daylight. It's just easier to see the colors in my hand. So since we have that, the next row has some 12s as well. And it goes 12, 12, and then there's the 13 that we already put in. And the rest are 1s. So go ahead and put your belt proper. And so this row would have 7 1s. Just like that. Okay. And the next row starts out with 8 1s, and we have the belt proper, so we're just going to start with 1s. And then the last 2 is a 12 and a 17. 12. And there's a 12 here, so you might as well throw it there. And then get the 17. And there's a 17 here, and guess what? There's a 17 there, so you might as well throw it. And then you can go ahead and put your belt proper. Alright, the next row starts out with 7 1s, It has the 12 that we threw earlier, the 17 that we threw earlier, and now we need a 13 to finish that row. Bam. So it looks like that. Okay, the next row starts out with just 5 ones, but we've got, is this the 13? This is the 13 in our hand, and we definitely have a couple of 13s in here. So at the grid, skip 1, that's a 13, and skip 1 more, and that's a 13. So go ahead and put your belt proper. I put those 5 ones in. And now we need 12s. And there's a 12 here and a 12 at the grid. And then we need to fill that in with a 17. Like so. Very good. Okay. Go ahead and put your belt proper. We're almost done with a lot of these 12s and 15s, and we'll be going into the main belt again, which means we'll move much faster. Okay, the next row starts out with 6 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ones, and then we need 2 12s, and then 2 8s. What? Ooh. 2 8s. Nice. And the 1 does go back like that. Back and forth. All right. Go ahead and put your belt proper. We are going into the main belt. Oh, it's so nice. Things will run much faster when we just have to move back and forth here. Okay, the next row starts out with 7 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ones. And then it goes 8, 5, 9. Like that. Next row starts out with 6 ones. 8, 5, 9, 6. Yes. Next row starts out with 5 ones. And then 8, 5, 9, 6, 5. Okay. The next row starts out with 4 ones, getting rid of that background color. 8, 5, 9. 6, 8, 4. Ooh, a 4. Pretty. Okay, the next row starts out with only 3 ones. And then 8, 5, 9. 6, 8, 6. Ooh. And a blank. That's a blank, so don't put anything in it. Did I say it was a blank? It's a blank. The next row starts out with 3 ones as well. And then it goes 5, 9, 6. Eight, 6, 4, 3. Ooh. Very pretty. Okay, the next row starts out with 2 1s. Almost done with the background color. 5, 9, 6. 8, 6, 3. This is a blank, and then a 5 at the end. Okay. Next row has just 1 1 at the beginning. And then 5, 9, 6. 5, 9, 5. 4, 3, 6. There we go. Ooh. Okay, next row has 1 1 at the beginning. And then 5, 9, 6. Oops. And that is right. Those two are on top of each other like that. It's not diagonaling anymore. At least not right there. Okay, so 1, 5, 9, 6. And now 5, 6, 5. 5, 6, 5. A blank, and then 3, 6. Like so. Wow, another day's gone by. Can you believe it? All right, we are done with the ones for a while. So now we start out 6, 9, 6. Five, 6, 5. 5, 3, 4. And then, oops, I did too many 5s. Go back. Let's start over. 6, 9, 6. 5, 6, 5. 3, 4, 3. And then a 6 at the end. Sorry. Okay, the next row is 6, 9, 6, 5. Six, 5, 3. And then a blank, and then 3, 6 at the grid. Very good. Go to sunrise this time. So the sun rising over there behind my egg. Ooh. Look at that. Ooh, I think that's how I'm going to take my clip when the egg is finished. Okay, moving on. Now I'm really excited. The next row starts out with 2 9s. Slimy. 2 9s, and then it goes 6 5 6 5. And then 3 4 3 6. Easy line, quick. The next line starts out 9 6 9 6. Then 5 3 3. And then we have a blank and then 3 3 to the grid, like so. Okay, the next row starts out 9 6 9 6. Five 3 4. And then 3 3 3 to the grid, like so. Okay, the next one starts out 9 6 9 6. And then 5 3. And then a blank. And then 3 3 2. Ooh, 2. Nice. Okay, the next row starts out 6 9 6 6. You thought it was going to be 9 6 9 6. I did too. 6 9. It must be like a capper or something. 6 6. And then a blank. And then we have 3 4 3 3. Hold on. Darn it. Okay. I apologize. My grid in here, I accidentally made it, colored it in so I couldn't tell where my grid ended. I had to count. 6 9 6 6 blank. 3 4 and then 3 3 3 to the grid. Sorry about that. Okay, the next row starts out 6 9 6 6 as well. And then a blank again. And then a 3. Gosh, and then another blank. And then 3 3 2 to the grid. A lot of blanks coming up here now, so be prepared. Okay, the next one is 6 9 6. 6 9 6. And then we need a 14. So put that one up. 14. Pretty. And throw it 7 times, but on top of each other. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. There. Now we've already completed the 14 and all the next rows. Then you can go ahead and put it back. But leave your transitory blank at the moment. Okay. So now we have a blank. And then we have a 3 and a 4. And then 3 2 3 2. Oops. Hold on. I apologize. 6 9 6 14 blank 3 4. oh, I'm sorry, 3, 2, 3. I told you my grid, that's a 2, and so I read it out. I accidentally opened those up in the wrong way. Meaning, so when I mark off, I take the lightest color in the pattern and I use that to make my grids. And sometimes the actual color is in those grids and it blanks, it dots it out and I can't read the number. So that's all that's happening there. No big deal. Okay, the next row has some blanks as well. Starts out 6, 9, 6, 14. 6, 9, 6. There's the 14 that we put in already. Then we have a blank and then a 3. And then a blank and 3, 3, 2. Like so. Next line starts out 6, 9, 4, 14. Ooh. 6, 9, 4, 14, and then a blank, and then 3, 4, and then 3, 2, 2 to the grid. A lot of blanks here. So you just gotta stay calm and work through them. Okay, the next row starts out 4, 6, 4. What? Something different. And then the 14, and then a blank, and then a 3, and then a blank again, and then 3, 3, 2. Like that. Okay, the next row starts out 4, 6, 4, 14 again. And then a blank, and then 3, 4, 3, 2, 2. Like that. Boy, next row has a lot of blanks in it. It goes 4, blank, 4, 14. So 4, blank, 4, 14, blank, whew, a 3, blank, 3, 2, 2. Wow. Okay, the next row starts out 4, blank, 4, 14 as well. 4, blank, 4, 14. And then we have a blank and a 3, 4. And then 3, 2, 3. Phew. Man, oh man. Okay, the next row is just full of blanks, so get ready. It goes 4, blank, 4. 4, blank, 4. Blank. What? Yes, ma'am. And then 3, 3. So I'm going to have to go like that in order to fill that in. And then blank, 3, 3, and then blank again. Like that. This part of the pixel art almost makes it advanced because it's so confusing, but we're going slow. Okay, we're going to need that 14 back again. So go ahead and put it down in your transitory. And the next row starts out 4, blank, 14. 4, blank, 14. Just like that. There's also a 14 here, so you might as well put it in. And back to this row, it goes 4, blank, 14, blank, 3, 3, 4, a 3, a blank, and then an 11. Ooh, getting into the purples. and 11. Okay, so I'll repeat this row. 4 blank 14 blank 3 3 4 3 blank 11. Whew. Killer row. Okay, the next row starts out with 14 and we already put that in. So go ahead and put your 11 back and just leave your transitory empty. 14, and now we have 2 blanks, so these 2 spots have to be blanks, and then we have some 3s. So I'm going to go here and here, and now I have 2 blank spots, and now I have 2 3s, but I need 3 3s. Then another blank, and then a 3, and then a 2, and then a blank. So it looks like that with those 2 blanks there. Okay, the next row starts out with 2 blanks and then a 4. So 1, 2 blanks, and then a 4. Well, let me throw a 4 here and then for a throw block, and then I'll just get rid of it. So 1, 2 blanks, and then a 4. And now I need 3 3s. And then 4 3 2 2. 4 3 2 2. So the 2 blanks are just at the beginning. It's kind of weird. Okay, the next row starts out 4 blank 4. So I'm just going to put 3 4s in and then blank 1 out. There. 4 blank 4. 3 3s. A blank and then 3 2 3. Like that. Okay, going to day. I like the sunrise. We'll do that again. That was nice. Okay, this next row is 4 blank 4 again. So I'm going to put all 3 in and then erase that one. 4 blank 4. And then 3 3s. And then 4 3 2. And that's a blank. So leave that one. Okay, the next row starts 4 4 blank 4. 4 4 blank 4. 3 3 blank 3 2 blank. Okay, the next row starts out 4 4 blank 4. Again. 3 3 4. And then 3 2 2. Very good. Next row starts out 4 4 blank 4. So I'll double check to make sure that there are 3 of those. Yes, there are 3. And then 3 3, a blank 3 2 2. Like so. The next row starts out with 4 4s and then a blank, or 3 4s and then a blank. Woohoo! So 1, 2, 3 of them, then a blank, then 4 3 4, 3 2 2 to the grid. Yeah, buddy. The next row also starts out with 3 4s. Then a blank, and then a 4, a 3, and then a blank, and then 3 2 2 to the grid. Okay, the next row starts out with 4 4s and then a blank. 1, 2, 3, 4 4s and then a blank. And then 3 more 4s. And then 3 2. Good. Feels like we're coming to like a cap of something, doesn't it? The next one starts out with 2 4s. And then we need that 14 back. And we need 2 14s. And then a 4 again. And then a blank and a 3. And then a blank and a 3 2. Leave the 14 in your transient. Okay, 4 and then 14 starts that next row. So just 1 4, 1 14, and then 2 blanks and then another 14. And then a blank and then 3 4. And then 3 2. Nice. Keeping that 14 in your transitory spot because the next row starts out with a 14. And then there's a blank. And then we have 2 7s. Ooh. So I'm just going to put 3 7s down and then erase that one for the blank. So 14, blank, 7, 7, blank, 14. So I'm going to put 2 14s down, erase that one. So we have the blank there. 3 3, blank 3. Got it! Got it right. Next one starts out with 14 again. 14. Blank. And this time 3 7s. Blank. And a 14, just 1. And then 3 4 3 to the grid. Like so. Okay. Next row starts out with a single 14. And then a blank. And now we need 2 11s. Okay. And then 2 7s. Getting into the flower now. A blank. And then 14. So. And then a blank and a 3. So it looks like that. Okay. Here's a tricky one now. I'm not going to put the 14 away because there is one 14 right there in the next row. So I'm going to have to throw a 14 here and then erase it because there's no block for me to throw against. So go ahead and do that. Keeping that diagonal with those 14s. Then put your 14 away and bring 11 down. And we move on. Okay, the next row starts with a 4, then a blank, and then a 16 and 2 11s. I'm sorry, I didn't see the 16. So put your 2 11s in, and then get the 16. Dark purple. So there's a 16 here. And then go up, and there's 2 16s there. So you might as well put them in. Okay, going back to this row, I'll start it over again. It goes 4, blank, 16, 11, 11, and now we need a 7. And then 2 blanks, the 14, and a 3, like that. Okay, the next one starts out with 2 4s, a blank, and then 2 16s, which we put in, and now we need those 11s. Or we need 11. One of them. And then it's a blank and then a 7. So I'm going to have to use a throw block and get rid of it. And then a blank and then a 3. Like that. We're almost done. We're getting back to the background again, the top curve of the egg. Okay. A 4 and then a blank. 4 and then a blank. And now we need a 16. Okay. So this is going to be tricky, but I'll go slow. Okay, so I need a 16 right there, and I'm just going to use 1 for a throw block and then get rid of it. So 4, blank, 16, blank. This is an 18 and then a 16, so you might as well throw that before we put it away and go get the 18. 18, that's black. Ooh, throw it right there, just like that. And then go ahead and put it back. Bring your 10 down because we'll be using that next. Okay. But before we get to that, we need another blank and then a 7. So I'm going to throw a 7 on top of that. So blank, 7. Then the 10. Woohoo! And then a 4. I'll repeat this row because it was weird. 4, blank, 16, blank, 18, 16, blank, 7, 10, 4. Wow, it's getting night again already. Just happened. Okay, put that 10 back and bring that 1 down because we are now starting to curve up. So the next row starts with a 1 and then a blank and then a 7. So I'm just going to throw 2 7s, get rid of 1. There, like that. And now we need 16. Okay, so after the 1 blank 7, it's a blank and then a 16. So 16, and then blank and 2 11s. So I'll throw 3 11s and then erase the blank. There we go. And then a 7 and a blank. So we're getting right into the flowers. So it's really, really a lot of intricate slow detail work here. A lot of blanks too. Okay, the next row starts out with a 1. So go ahead and get your belt proper. And it's just 1 1 and then a blank. And then we need a 10 and a 16 and 2 and then 2 blanks. So I'm going to throw the 10. $16, then 2 blanks, so now I need an 18. Then 11, 7, and 4. So I'll repeat this. It goes 1, blank, 10, 16, blank, blank, 18, 11, 7, and 4. Okay, put your belt proper. Because the next row starts out with a 1 again, so now we should have 3 1s on top of each other. And then blank blank 7. And then blank 18. So I'm going to throw an 18 and then go there and then get rid of it there. Okay, so I have, starting over again, just to make sure, 1 blank blank 7 blank 18, then that's a blank. Then we need a 16 for there. And then an 11 right next to it. You think they put these like colors next to each other, but nobody's ever really thought about that it's probably being done in other things besides just coloring in. And then that's a blank. Put your belt proper. Okay, we have 2 1s this time. Ooh, really starting the curve in now. And then a blank and a 10. Blank and then a 10. And there's a 10 on the next row right above it, so you might as well put it. And now we need 18s. And right next to the 10 it goes 18 blank and then 18. So I'm just going to go like so. And then it goes blank blank 4 to the grid like that. Okay. Put your 18 back and put your 1 in and make your belt proper. Next row starts out with 2 1s as well. 1 1, a blank, and then the 10 that we put in. Nice. So now we need some 11s. After the 10 there is a blank and then we need an 11 here, so I'm just going to throw it twice and then erase. And then blank and then 11, so throw it twice and then erase. And then a 7. And then a blank at the grid. Wow. Oh, great. Put your belt proper. Let's see, what do we have? We have the 11, right? We do. We have the 11 in our belt right now. So, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the 6th one in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it goes right there on top of that 11. Just saying, you might as well put it in. Bring the 10 down. Oh, nope, bring the 1s down. You'll use that first. Sorry. Okay, the next one starts out with 3 1s. Bam, just like that. Then a blank and a 7. And then the 11 that we put in and another 7 on the other side of that. Then a blank and a 10. And then a 7 at the grid. Like so. Only a couple more rows. And then it's just 1s. Okay, the next one starts out with 1s. We need 3 of them. Then a blank. And then 10, 7, 10. So 10, 7, 10. and then a blank, and then a 7 and a 10 again at the grid, like that. Okay. So since we have the 10 in our belt, it goes on the next line. It goes 10 at the grid, then a blank, and then another 10. So, okay. And then a 10 on top of that. Just so you've got it. Okay, then put your belt proper. Next one starts out with 4 ones. 1, 2, 3. 4 ones, then a blank, and then it goes 10, 7, 10, blank, 10. Okay, the next row starts out with 4 ones again. And then we have 2 blanks and a 10. And then 2 blanks and a 7 at the grid, just like that. The next row starts out with 5 ones. So put your belt proper. One, 2, 3, 4. 5 ones, 2 blanks, and then 2 fours. 1, 2 blanks, and then 2 fours. So go like that. And then a blank at the grid. Okay, the next one starts out with 6 ones at the beginning. Like that. 2 fours. And then 3 4. What? No blanks? Shocker. That tells you something. We're capping off this piece. Okay, 7 ones starts the next row. 4 4 3 finishes it. Now 8 ones and 2 fours. Nine ones and a 4. And then all the rest of the rows are ones. And I'm only doing a few rows, but it goes up another 10 rows or so. I'm only doing a few just to show, because I'm not going to have all these ones. I'm going to eventually take them all out. I want just the egg sitting here. And not this background. I want the background to be the literal background of Minecraft, because it'll all be decorated and real pretty. As a matter of fact, I can just get rid of these grids so I don't confuse myself. But literally it goes up that high. So the piece calls for ones all the way to that top of that grid there. All right. Oh, I just love how the sunset and the sunrise is going to move through this egg. It's just going to be beautiful. Okay, let's move on to the L3, if that's L1, L2. Yeah, L3. And there's not a whole lot on this. It's just the little side of the egg. So we're going to go over, let me go to day so everyone can see okay. So we're going to go over to these 3 14s that we have here. We have 1, 2, 3 14s. And they're very distinct. And so come past the grid and throw a 1 right there so that it looks like that. And then throw 2 more 1s underneath that, like so. And now 5 4s. And then 2 4s like so, twice. And then a single, like so. And this is a blank, and then there would be a 1, so it would look like that. And then these would also all be 1s if you want them to go, you know, if you're filling in your background color, those are all 1s, just so you know. So I'll make sure we get that. Okay, so after this 4 blank and then there's a 1, the next 9 is a blank and then a 7. So I'm just going to throw 2 7s and then get rid of that one. And then it's a 1. And then the next row is a 10 at the grid. So put this up, bring this down. And the next row has a 10 right there. And then a blank and then a 1. So it looks like that. Then the next row has a blank at the grid and then a 7. So I'm just going to throw 2 7s. Get rid of 1. And then a 1, of course. So it looks like that. And then the next row has an 11 at the grid. So an 11 at the grid, then a blank, and then a 1. But there's also an 11 right here. So the next row, throw twice and then erase. So it goes like that. 2 11s like that. These are 1s. Okay. Right here is a 10 in this blank. So it looks like that. And then underneath here is a 10. And that's a blank. And now we need some 14s. And there's a 14 there, and then a blank and the 1. So that's just fine. The next row is a 4, and then a 14 with 1s, but I'm not going to put them in yet. Oh, I better. No, I'm not going to. No, I can. I can because we don't need any more 14s for now. So I'm going to put the 14 back, bring my 1s down, and that's a 1. Okay, just bring down the ones, a few ones. And so now we have the 4 and the 14 that we had. And now we have 4, 4, 4, 4, 3 rows, 4, 4, like so. And then 2 more rows, 4s, 1 row of 4, bring the 1s down. And now the 1s come in, like so. And now we have a 5 and a 6, like so. Or vertically, not horizontal. And they fill in with 1s. And then all the rest are 1s. So same thing, you can just fill in however many you want. As I said before, I'm getting rid of my 1s, so I'm not going to fill in a whole lot. I'll put in some more over here so you can see that they go up past this grid. But there. Well, that's the egg in a nutshell. Just teasing. Now let's get rid of, let's start in the center, shall we? The scariest part. I'm going to remove this grid and replace it with the proper numbers. And then we will go up. Okay. So you guessed it. The first 3 are 1s. So 1, 2, and 3, just like that. And this is how we'll replace. We just go up. And now we need 15s. So bring that 1 up. 15. And it looks like we're going to have 4 of them. Oops. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Very good. And now we need a 12, 13, and a 15. And since we have the 15 in our belt, let's put it in already. And now we'll go get a 12. And a 13. And you can see that we're right on track. We haven't messed up yet. Not to say that we will, but so far we're good. Okay, and now put your belt, go ahead and put your 13 back, but leave your transient spot open. And now the next number goes 5, 8, 5, 8. Excellent. And then we have a lot of 5s. 8 5s. 8 5s. And then we have an 8 5 again. So not 8 5s, but just an 8. And then a 5, like so. And then we have an 8. Just 1. And then we have 3 5s. And then we have 6 5, 6 5. like so. And now 2 6s. A 9 6. They're pretty. And now 4 2s. That's really pretty. And now 3 3s. 1, 2, 3. And this is a blank. So, and then above it is a 3. So I'm just going to throw it and then erase like that. So blank and then a 3. Ooh, blanks in the grids. How cool is that? And now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 2s. And it should be a 3, and it is. Woohoo! Lining up. Okay, I'm gonna go to daylight so we can see. But you can see how now that I'm removing the grids, how it is really starting to get dark without the lights from the grids. Okay, this is a blank. And then we need a 10. You guessed it. Per 10. And then the next one is a 7. And now we need 2 11s. Let me mark off, please. And now we need 2 16s. 1, 2 16s, and now 18. And 18. So, I believe that's a blank. Let me look. That is a blank. So this is a blank right here. And then we're going to have an 18 in the middle. So I'm just going to throw that, and then get rid of that. So it has a square like that all the way around it. Because this is also a blank and then another 18. So your pattern should look like that. Okay. Now above this 18, we have 3 blanks, and then we throw 10 2s. So 3 blanks, 1, 2, 3, and then 10 2s. So I'm just going to go like that to start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh, that worked out perfect, didn't it? Once again, this is how you check yourself to make sure that you've done everything correct. I know, it's easy peasy, huh? Okay, now we need a 3. Bam, just like that. And then a blank and a 7. So I'm going to throw me a 7 in order to make a 7, and then get rid of that blank, that 1. And now we need the good old 10. Good old 10 back. And that goes right on top of that 7. Just like that. And then we are at 1s. And I did check, and the 1 does start, in between those, because this is the crown. So it looks like that. A cute little crown. I'm going to fix that, make that more gold as well. That's cool. So without the grid lines, you can see we are going to need light. Okay, let's move on to the next grid. So I am moving on to the next right grid. We're starting out with 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let me go to a 15. I'm going to do a bunch of different switching out here. Just throw it once. And then a 12. Throw it once. Wait, that looks like a 13 to me. It is. Nope, that's a 12. And now I need a 13. And throw it once. And now 3 17s. Very cool. And mark off, please. I like the way that bone block sounds when you throw it down. Bing, bing, bing. It's very hollow. Now we need a 12. Throw it once. You can go ahead and put that 12 back, but leave your transitory open. Okay, and now we are moving up, and we have an 8 9 6 5. 8 9 6 5. Very cool. And then that next one is a blank. So, and then we have a 4. So blank and then a 4. Okay, we're moving up. We got a bunch of 3s. 8 3s. And then it goes 6 5 8 5. Then it goes 5 6 6. And then it's a bunch of 2s. Ready? Oh man. Just get ready. Hold on. "24 2s. 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 2s. Wow. And now 4 3s. A 4, just 1 4. Look at that. We are doing good. And now we have 2 blanks. 2 blanks. So, or 1, 2 blanks, and then 2 7s. And then we have another blank after that. So that's a blank. And then we have a 3. And then we have 3 4 3. And mark off. 2 4s. And then it's just 1s all the way up. It's really a nice little fag, isn't it? I mean, it's kind of tall actually, but looks good. I like it. Okay, I'm going on to the far right grid. Phew. Crazy grid. Okay, so we are going to start out with a bunch of 1s. And they are going to go all the way up. Oh, let me go to daylight. Okay. These 3, 1, 2, 3, these are number 5s right here. So let me verify. Yes, they are. So going to these 3 5s and just to the right of the bottom 2, boom, boom, like that, put 1s. And then you literally have 1s all the way down. So it's 1s in that particular grid all the way up to these 3 5s, stopping at the 3rd 5. And now we're going to put in some 5s. We're going to put in 4 of them, as a matter of fact. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. And then a 6 and a 5. Very good. And I need to count here. We have 16 blanks. I know. 16 blanks. But I can just show you a faster way up. If you want to count it, you can count it. So we're coming up to this little notch here in the 4s. And we're going to need a 14. And so the next 14 goes just like that. So these are all blanks from this all the way up to here. And then we're at the 14. Okay? And now we're going to throw 4 more. For a total of 5. And now we want 3 4s. And then it's just 1s all the way up. To however far you want to go. A lot of blanks on the sides, huh? Makes it a little bit difficult. Okay, let me mark off and move over. Now we're moving over to the left grids. So this is the first left from center. Scary. If you make a mistake, you're just like, oh no, I've done that before too. Terrible mistakes. Okay, we're going to start out with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 1s. 2, 3, 4, 5 ones. And now we're going to do a bunch of switching out just like on the other side. We need a single 15. Bam. A single 12. A single 13. Three 17s. A single 12. Nice. Let me mark off. Please and thank you so much. We don't want to be confused. You don't want to be following my mistakes, do you? So therefore I have to take a moment and mark off. All right, now we need 8, 9, 6, 4. So go ahead and put your belt proper. And then we need an 8, 9, 6, 4. Then we have a blank and 2 8s. So blank and then 2 8s. Now we have a 5, just one 5 and then a bunch of 9s. A 5. Oh, just 4 9s, I guess. Not a bunch. And then 6, 3, 3. And then 2, 3, 2. Let me mark off. And then a single 3. Bam, like so. 6 2s. A single 3. And then we have a blank and a 7. So blank and then a 7 like that. And then there's an 11 above it. Let me mark off. There's a bunch of blanks here, so we got to make sure we do it right. And then we have 2 blanks and another 11. 1, 2 blanks, and then an 11 there. So 2 blanks and then another 11, and now a 10. Right on top of that 11, like so. Mark off. Then we have a blank. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11 twos. A blank and then 11 twos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 threes. One 4, 2 blanks, and then 2 7s. 1 4, 2 blanks, 2 7s. Another blank. and then 2 3s, blank, and then 2 3s, and then 4 3 4 4, and now 1s, up. And another day has gone by. Don't you feel like real life is like this? Just so freaking slow. Oh, look! Oh my gosh, I'm definitely gonna do this for my clip. It is just too pretty. Ah, man. I'm sorry. I get really excited with two things. Art and pixel art and rocks. I just do. Oh my gosh, that's just adorable. Okay, let's go back to day and finish so that I can. I'm too excited. I can't really breathe. I'm so excited. Let's finish this last grid. And then let's throw in some gold. Okay, this is the same it's not the same. It's going to have I won't count the ones. We'll just come up here. We'll do the shortcut again. It's just too much too easier just to do the shortcut. Okay, so coming up here where we have this single and then hold on. It's not right. Let me okay, that is right. Okay. So right here where we have just this itty bitty tiny little 6 sitting all by itself. That's supposed to be a 4. For some reason I don't know why, but these are all 4s and I put them in as 5s. I apologize. These are 4s. So, see, that's how you catch your mistake. Okay. All of those are 4s. So this is a single 6 and a single 5. That's my apologies. I just get going so fast. So right next to the 6 is coincidentally another 6. So let's start that way. And we'll go down first and then we'll go up. And so put 3 6s beneath that. 1, 2, 3, just like that. And then the rest are 1s down to the bottom. Now we're coming back up to here. And we need 9 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 4s. Ooh, pretty. And now we need a 14. Just once. Oops, that's a 15. Just throw it once. I know. And now get a 10. And this is a blank and then a 10. So like so. Okay? Let me mark off, please. Okay, and then we have 2 blanks and 12 fours. So 1, 2 blanks, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 fours. And then the rest are the ones. Let's go like that. Oh, yeah. That's it. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do, the very first thing I'm going to do is take a sip of coffee. You guessed it. Dark Colombian. For those of you that don't know, I owned a coffee shop for 25 years. I love coffee. Okay, we're going to get gold. And the first thing I'm going to do is replace these 15s with gold. This needs to be just an amazing Faberge. Of course, the base of the egg would be made out of gold. If you have such a precious egg, then of course the base would be made out of gold. At first I was going to fill in all the blanks with color or with light. I'm not going to do that now because I really like how the light shines through between night and day. And the next time I build in like my hardcore game or survival mode, I'll build east to west with blanks like this so that you can see through. Okay, I don't care for this. The crown needs to be actually, the crown needs to be white. These tips might need to just be white for light. And what I'll do for light in this thing so that it can have some... Oh, that gold looks good. Okay, the next thing I want to do is replace the next shade with a... I don't have yellow, so let's go ahead and get concrete yellow. And that is going to replace the next dark. So basically 15's becoming 13 from the original. And gold becomes 15. There. Much better. Oh, yes. Much more colorful. I like that. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do, oh, the sun's going down, gotta hurry, is I'm going to get rid of the, I consider the one kind of sterile. Oops. Kind of looks like hospital tile to me, even though it's, you know, gorgeous diamond. So this first night, we're gonna take a look and see what dark. Ooh. And then the second night we'll make a clip and probably quit. So I'm going to let it go dark just enough to see, you know, where do I need a little bit of light? Because you can't just let it be only lit by moonlight. So you might want to keep all this side or background color of ones, but I'm not going to. I'm going to let it. Okay, so we can see the darkness here. Very dark. So I'm going to get the sea lantern. And I'm going to come around and replace specific just for color. Just to light up the piece when it's dark. I'll start with the center and we'll move out. And that's pretty cool. I feel like I want to put something in the center of these just so that you can see them. Let's see what it looks like. Oh yeah, I'll keep that. I don't want to block out too much because then I'm blocking out the sunset, which I just absolutely love. I want to keep that. Okay, come over this side. You can see at the top we're dark. And I am going to replace these gold, or underneath it, I think I'll put light. Let's see what that looks like. That will help distinguish the crown. But I could just put gold in the crown. Like, or the lights in the gold. But I don't think I will. Let's drop this. See ya, Quipa. Okay. Still a little bit dark over here in these areas, so I'm going to replace one over here. I know I'll probably need one over here. That's looking much better. Ooh, that's pretty. It almost does need a border. And so rather than using one, I'll go to, let me continue with my dark and then we'll work on the border. Replace this one. Actually, I just go like that. And over here. We gotta go down a little. And this gold will be shining. Okay, and you can see we're still dark in this middle part here. So I'm just gonna splash color up like that. Kind of just random. And then a little bit more here. A little bit more here. And all these twos. And then still gonna splash up this way. My light is shining this way. Do one more here. That's really cool. Okay, I'm gonna go to day 1 last time. And we gotta be quick and get rid of our ones, and I'm gonna put in a border of black. Instead of the border of ones, I'm gonna put in a small 2 block wide border. This will stay. This will stay because this will be basically just this. I forgot. Kind of up on its own grid. Yeah. So it'll just be 2 rows of diamond on the outside. Could be tricky. Don't want to. So this is what I mean by it needs a border. There's just so much blank that I'm going to bring down. I don't want it to look, but I'm going to, oh, I'm not going to put it in the back. I was going to put it in the back, but I'm not. So 2 levels, meaning so I need to look real quick. Basically, if I have undone the ones, it's just going to be like that. Okay. So I'm putting basically 2 color, you know, close to 2 color wide. As a border. Over the diamond. It just really reminds me of hospital. You know, and I may be filling in some blanks here, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to come up. The more blanks I have, oh, it'll just be beautiful. This looks like this is probably blank. But then that also means that we have to go here and here. Yeah, I'm gonna like that much better. It'll define it. But every place needs to kind of have at least a 2 buffer zone. So if here's color, it has to have a 2 buffer zone. If here's, you know, color. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. It's hard to see that black. Sorry, I'm trying to hurry. I might end up even going through and making it 3 wide, but for now, we're just doing 2. Okay. Looks like this has to have a 1 in it. Okay, I think that'll be good. That'll give it a nice definition. Still not sure about this crown. I'm going to switch these. I'm just going to leave it light. Getting close to dark. The reason I don't talk very much is this is my favorite part, and I just get enamored with it. It's just, I don't know. I love to freehand after you get, you know, the detail and the pattern taken care of. keeping in mind there are those blanks that I just saw. And keeping them in there. So close. So close! Gonna have to... Oops. Pull back and take a look here and make sure I'm just... I have to go to day. Sorry. Like I said, just 2. Oh, do I have that one go up 2 on that one? Nope, just 1. Okie doke. 1 it is. Kind of going against my own rule of thumb there. Okay, coming all the way down. Okay. That's good. Look at that. I just don't like the crown. So I'm going to completely change the crown with Moosh Light. Here we go. With Shroom Light. That's pretty. Okay. There we go. There's the little crown. And then in addition, I'm going to put gold across the bottom. Because I don't like the blanks. The blanks don't look right to me. And so I'm going to bring gold in these blanks. There we go. And I'll leave the purple block, but I'm going to take out this block. Oops. Truly make that a crown. Yeah, look at that. Way cool. I see a little nakedness right here. Man, do I gotta pee. I've got to end this. Okay. Here we go. Going to sunset. Lining up my sunset. Okay, gonna make the crown or the clip. Ready? So I'm gonna take out that. Give the sun a little bit of time to go down to the point that we want it. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Time to go to sleep. The egg is going night-night. Okay, I'm going to do it from the back side. I didn't really care for that. Let's go again. Going over here. We'll just watch it go down. Oh, there it is. That is pretty. A sunset. For Nitty. I finished my egg. Wow. That's just beautiful. It's really pretty. The way it moves. I don't think I'm going to do anything else to it. The only thing I can see that is that the stems are... could use a little light. So let's do that. So I have just copy. So I'm just copying that is all I'm doing. And now I'm going to come up in where I see like stems. Which is I guess the number 3. And give it some light. The same thing for this one. And the same thing for over here. It really does need just a little bit of light to say, hey, I'm something here. And then the same thing on this side. Okay. There we go. The only thing is that it needs some light down here too. On these little bases. So we'll put one right here. Right here. And in addition, I need this kind of light. It's really pretty. Take a screenshot. Well, we did it. We did it. Let's turn around here. We'll talk. Say goodbye. Need a little light here, couldn't we? Well, look at that. It's so pretty. And I'm not being hitty. I really like it. I think it looks great. But of course, that was always its fate. Beautiful, beautiful egg to see. Special, just for you and me. All right, I'm out of here. Hug, 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 hug. Kiss, cheek, kiss, cheek. One big fat one on the lips, just to make you see that you're hips. Take care of yourself. Have a great Tuesday. I'll see you for hardcore. Oh man, do I have a surprise for you in hardcore. Don't miss it. See you then. Bye.